Jessica Soho's Gabi Ng Lagim the movie is now showing in cinemas, so here's my review of KMJS Gabi Ng Lagim the movie. Now I know what you're thinking, Shokoy, what are you doing watching this movie? Well, the answer is I got invited to the premiere a couple days ago, and I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't have initial reservations about the movie. But you know, I gotta support local. So I took the chance and watched this movie hoping somehow that it would surprise me. Gabi Ng Lagim tells its story like an anthology. It's divided into 3 different short films and Jessica Soho narrates the whole thing. Kinda like the Shake, Rattle, and Roll movies, but with the added bonus of Jessica Soho introducing each segment. So allow me to take a page out of the movie's book and review each short film individually before giving my overall thoughts on the film as a whole. Let's start with short number 1, Pochong. In this short, Miguel Tanfelix plays a seaman who starts getting visions of a ghost that Indonesian crew members of the boat call Pochong. I thought this was the weakest out of the 3 shorts. It wasn't scary, and visually it looks like a teleserye you could watch at home for free. If I could compliment anything about this short, it's that the prosthetics and makeup they used to bring some of these creatures to life looked really good. But other than that, I didn't think this was scary, and I didn't really care for the characters either. It's like the people who worked on this particular short don't really know how to build up scares or to scare people in general. Everything is so slow-paced and repetitive. I feel like they were banking on the fact that the trailer says based on a true story would be enough to scare anyone. You keep seeing the same thing over and over again, and it ain't really doing anything to me. There's an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants where the Flying Dutchman is desperately trying to scare SpongeBob, but he keeps failing to do so because SpongeBob is tired of all his tricks. And that's exactly how I felt watching this short. Short number 2 is called Berbalang, and this one genuinely surprised me because it had so much potential. The story is set in 1967. Dead bodies in a small provincial town in the southern Philippines are going missing. So the police investigate and come to the conclusion that they are up against a Berbalang, a tall, pale creature with wings and long nails that feeds on dead bodies. What surprised me about this short was that you could tell they put a lot of effort into this one. Out of all the shorts in this movie, this visually looks good. It genuinely looks like a movie and not something the DP of Bubble Gang shot. I don't know if anyone else felt this way, but I feel like this short was going for a Quentin Tarantino vibe. From the snappy and sometimes comedic dialogue to the quick zoom-ins, I felt as though whoever was making this was inspired by the works of Tarantino, and I know that's a crazy thing to say about the Jessica Soho horror movie. This short had a split diopter shot, and a shot like that requires a specific type of lens. So you could really tell that whoever worked on this sat down and actually thought about what to put on screen. They had vision. The cast in here was also great. The standout for me was Nico Manalo and Elijah Canlas. I do wish they showed more of the violence for this segment though, because they were already kind of going for this Tarantino vibe, and I wish they went all out with the gore. Now I did say they had potential, and that's because most of it was good, but the third act was really weak. Mostly because it had terrible CGI and questionable green screen shots. All the aura the short had went away in the final act when they went all out with the visual effects. Somebody clearly either felt way too confident with these effects, or an overworked and probably underpaid animator had a deadline to meet. So as far as short number 2 goes, I'd say if not for the terrible ending, this one was alright. And now for the last short, entitled Sanib. In this story, Jillian Ward plays a girl named Angel who gets possessed. Haven't seen that one before. This one, much like the first short, also looks like a teleserye. It even feels like a teleserye because it starts off with a verbal catfight. Just a group of girls screaming at each other because they're fighting about some boy. The best I could describe this short is it's Stephen King's Carrie mixed with The Exorcist, but it's written by Suzette Doctolero. No joke, Jillian Ward plays a girl who gets bullied a lot and comes from a religious family. Oh, and get this, she also gets doused with blood, and when she gets possessed, the demon power gives her telekinesis just like Carrie. If the first short was all about the OFW experience, and the second one is about how people in power take advantage of defenseless people and how oftentimes it's your own people that'll bring you down, this third and final short tries to tackle depression. And I don't think they handled it very well. I don't like that it makes depression look like a devil thing. This is how senior citizens scrolling through Facebook get duped into thinking that depression is not real, and that if you're feeling depressed, it's because you lack faith or something. In this day and age, I think it sends the wrong message. Now, obviously, I didn't think very highly of this short, but you may be wondering, was it at least scary? Well, I personally don't think so, because this particular short feels like a compilation of things you've seen before done better in other movies. There's also a lot of unintentionally funny moments, mostly coming from Jillian Ward's modulated demon voice saying one-liners.
Masusunog si Padre, let us pray.
She's saying lines that Stryker from Lastic Man would say.
Plastic Man! Come out to play!
And it got people in the cinema laughing. If I could find one positive thing to say about this short, it's that there was one good death scene. They used practical effects for this one, and I think it looked great. Speaking of effects, the CGI was also terrible in this one. If they had just stuck to doing practical effects instead of being super reliant on the CGI, I think they could have at least made an okay-ish final product. Overall, I'd say this movie was meh. The only thing worth watching was the second short, and even that had a mediocre ending ruined by lackluster special effects. I'm not exactly eager to watch this again, but if this sounds like your thing, then go knock yourself out. Me personally, I'm glad I got to watch this at the premiere because I'm gonna spend my money watching Zootopia 2 this weekend.